Ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the line from the Yacht Club, I think, I don't know, he could be just in his living room for all I know. Philly Ocean from Yächtley Crëw is on the line. Hey, man, how you doing today?
Good morning. I'm great, B-sox. Thanks for having me. It's great.
I got to ask, and please don't take this the wrong way, but the first time I heard of you guys, my first thought was this a bunch of dads that got together and thought, hey, let's start a really funny rock band? Is it anything close to that or no?
Not exactly, but close. I mean, honestly, we just love this music, and each one of us, we are lifelong musicians, and no one was playing this music, and we thought, man, this is so fun. We wonder if people like this music as much as we do, and we kind of just wanted to do something different. And so we put this idea together, and lo and behold, like from the first show, we've had such an incredible response. I mean, so many people, hundreds of people coming out since the beginning, and it's humbling and it's awesome because that's a performer's dream. It's like, oh, people care about what we do. Cool. That's
yeah.
great.
No, totally. All right, let's back up a little bit for the people that don't know exactly what Yächtley Crëw is. What is it?
So Yächtley Crëw, we are the nation's #1 yacht rock band. And if you haven't heard the term yacht rock before, you already know what yacht rock is. It's the classic 70s and 80s soft rock hits. So think Michael McDonald, the Doobie Brothers, Kenny Loggins, Holland Oates, Toto, Steely Dan. Those songs that literally defined the late 70s, early 80s, that's what we play.
Okay.
We dress up like captains. Our uniform is a yacht captain. We put on a super high energy show, and it's a ton of fun.
Is the yacht thing just something you came up with, or is that really the name of that genre of music?
So we didn't come up with the name Yacht Rock.
Okay.
We heard about it, and we were like, oh, this 70s and 80s soft rock is called that.
Really?
And we went online. There was actually a YouTube series called Yacht Rock that's hilarious. And I think that those are the guys that actually coined the term yacht rock. But then Sirius XM put together a yacht rock radio. I'm sure many of your listeners maybe know about that. And that's kind of what started getting this term in the cultural zeitgeist. And we thought, man, that's so fun. We got to do something with that because it makes it, you know, if you just hear like soft rock, it comes up with a very distinct kind of image.
Yes.
And yacht rock is like, oh, what's that? I haven't heard of that before. And it gives you a chance to kind of define what this thing is a little bit more than just 70s and 80s soft rock. And we just kind of took that and we ran with it, you know, and we wanted to make it fun like the music. You know, the music is so iconic and so nostalgic, and we wanted to do something like that.
Philly Ocean from Yächtley Crëw on the line with me right now. There is a new album out called Seize the Day, right?
Yep, SEAS. Seize the day. We're big fans of puns in this band.
I think that honestly, I think that's why I went the dad joke type thought with it. And again, I don't mean that in a bad way possible. It's just it looks like a bunch of guys having fun. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're dads.
Yeah, well, a few of us are and a few of us aren't. I actually became a dad in 2021. And I wasn't when we started the band. So it you know, helped me become a dad, if you will. But yeah, we weren't just a bunch of, I mean, again, we do this. We've all done music professionally our whole career. And it's been pretty crazy and shocking, but awesome to see this thing become the thing that is really taking off. It's pretty amazing.
All right, let me ask you this. Does everybody in the band have a rank?
Not a rank. We're all captains.
Everyone's a captain?
Everyone is a captain. Everyone's a captain.
Someone needed to be the first mate or something like that, you know?
Well, I would tell you, you know, like our drummer and our bass player, they definitely take the helm of the day-to-day operation of the band. We have a great management team and a great agency, and they work really hard for us. But when we're on stage, everyone's a captain, everyone shines. And that's kind of one of those things that makes our show, is that literally every single member stands out. Every single member performs to the utmost every single show.
All right, let me ask you this. When you guys are coming up with a show, theoretically, how many songs are in your library?
We have over 115 in our repertoire. And every show, you know, we play about 2 hours just about every show. And so we're playing anywhere from 35 to 45 shows a night, or songs a night rather. And, it's every show's different too. That's the great thing about knowing so many of these songs, is that it gives us a chance to kind of mix things up. Now, there's always the classics. There's always the You Make My Dreams Come True and Africa and, the Michael McDonald songs that we play every single show. But we get to mix it up, and that's kind of one of the cool things too, is that people know that they're going to hear something different when they come to a show.
Philly Ocean on the line. We'll have the details about Seize the Day over at the website and below here in links. How did you guys grab Mario Lopez for a cameo for Sex on the Beach?
Dude, this is such a funny story. So we're all based in the Los Angeles area. We've been playing here since 2017. Okay. And you may have heard of an iconic club in the LA area called the Viper Room. It was owned by Johnny Depp for a long time. And we got a residency there. I think it was in 2018 or 2019. And we started playing. We played there for over a year. We sell out every month. And one of the first times we played, in walks Mario Lopez with his wife and about 25 of his friends. It turns out he's a huge fan of Yacht Rock.
Really?
And he's been seriously a great friend of the band and a great supporter. And he's hired us for his Christmas parties. He's hired us for charity events that he does for a children's hospital out in Los Angeles. And when we told him we were doing an album, he was like, "Oh my God, I want to be in a music video. You tell me when and where, and I will show up." And so we cast him as the bartender in the music video for Sex on the Beach, and he showed up and he absolutely killed it. It was great.
Isn't it cool when someone like him comes, is a fan of what you do?
It is. It's really awesome. And we've been really lucky and really blessed to have, fans like that along the way. When we were playing that Viper Room residency, we'd have people like Craig Robinson from The Office show up. We had the real Baba Booey from Howard Stern come to our show as well, and he met our Baba Booey, and it was like minds were exploding. It was crazy.
That's awesome. That's wonderful. Philly Ocean from Yächtley Crëw on the line. I got to ask you, I was looking through your guys' YouTube page, and I believe there is a video of you doing karaoke in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yes. So we came out to I think it was the International Chili Cook-Off in Des Moines, Iowa, and we were supposed to play. It got rained out, and so we were like, well, we're not going to travel nearly 2,000 miles and not do something fun and perform. So the guys all were like, let's find a karaoke bar. So we wound up at this karaoke bar in downtown Des Moines, and I'm a huge fan of Queen. It's not Yacht Rock, but I'm a huge fan of Queen. And so I went up and I sang Somebody to Love by Queen. And that was a fun night. And one of our guys captured it and put it up on our social media. So you can check it out if you want to hear it.
I'll add it to the post during this, but I thought that was the funniest thing. I'm going through it and I'm like, karaoke in Des Moines? Wait, what? And you got into it.
Yep. Oh yeah. You have to, you have to. It was such a fun. What a great town too, man. Everyone was so cool there. And we hope to be back soon. We hope to be. Actually, our tour managers from Des Moines.
Oh, really?
Outside of Des Moines. So
that's really cool.
It's good.
No, Des Moines is one of those towns that people think there's not a lot going on here, unless you actually know the city and kind of know where to go. And then there's a lot of stuff to do.
Seems that way.
So
it seems that way, man. It was such a cool place, and I hope that we're going to be back there soon. Actually, we're working. One of the coolest things is that the last 2 years, things have just been blowing up. We just did a 2-week tour along the East Coast, and we had like 2,000 people almost every single show come out, and even in places we'd never been before. And so there's really this like revolution, this movement that's happening around Yacht Rock and around Yächtley Crëw. And we're going to be touring a whole lot more going into next year. We have a ton of tour dates, even for the rest of this year too. So people listening, you can go to yachtleycrew.com. You can check out all of our upcoming dates. That's YACHTLEYCREW.com. You can also check out a bunch of music, a bunch of music videos, other fun stuff on our website. We have a ton of content everywhere. So go down the rabbit hole.
It is a lot of fun. You may see Philly doing karaoke in your hometown. Hey, Philly, you made me think of something. I've got kind of a 2-part question here. And it's kind of one of those, at what point did you guys get the idea for it and decide, hey, we're going to dress as captains and do this whole Yächtley Crëw thing? And at what point did you realize that, wow, this is working? This is big.
It was, well, it's been both. We had immediate positive feedback, like literally from the first show. But in the early days, it was kind of funny because people would, you know, the curtains would open on stage, and here are these 6, 7 guys dressed as yacht captains, and people would just be like, what the hell am I watching? Like, what is actually happening in front of my eyes? And then, you know, by the time, you know, second or third song would happen, they'd be like, oh my God, this is great. And they'd be dancing and singing along. Now people kind of know what to expect, and they come wearing their own captain's uniforms or captain's hats.
Yeah.
And they're so into it. So it's no one in the band could have ever guessed what is happening or what would have happened with the band. Like we're just as shocked as anyone that this is a thing, but we're so grateful. It's all about the music, really. You know, people love this music, and that's what makes it so popular.
What was the surreal moment for you? Like, wow, I cannot believe this is happening.
Right after COVID, because when everything got shut down during the pandemic, we were like, well, you know, maybe this is it. Maybe, you know, It was a good run. We had a couple of years, but we were, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty. And as soon as things started to open back up, it was like gangbusters. I mean, people were hungry for live music. They just needed to get out. They wanted to socialize. They wanted, and I think more than anything, they wanted to feel good again. They didn't want to be, you know, holed up in their homes. They didn't want to be scared of, you know, some, you know, illness and whatnot. And they were like, I want to get back to normal. And I think a lot of people did that by going to live music shows. And so we just saw this huge boom since the pandemic, and it's just been getting bigger and bigger every single year.
Philly, I got one complaint for you.
Yes, what's that?
I'm looking at the website, and the T-shirt I want is out of stock. When are you going to restock?
Which one is it?
It's kind of the skull and crossbones, but it's the guy with the hat and the oars.
Oh, the captain.
Yeah.
The captain. Yeah.
That's a great
I don't know
T-shirt.
when that will be back in stock, but I'll check for you, and I'll give me your email after we get offline, and I'll see if we can get one sent over to you.
That'd be awesome. No, I'm looking at the thing. I love that you have the captain's hats at the website.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And they have our logo on them, too.
Oh, that's great. Philly Ocean from Yächtley Crëw on the line. Also at yachtleycrew.com, you can get the new album, Seize the Day, as in SEAS, the day, not seize, because that would be just silly and weird. But Philly, thank you so much for the time, man. This has been a lot of fun, and I really legitimately hope you guys come to Des Moines sometime soon.
I do too, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and we'll see you guys at a show real soon. Check out yachtleycrew.com. Come say hi after the show. We always take pictures of fans. It's a whole thing. It's great.